Hey guys, it's Alana, and today I'm so excited to be sharing with you a luxury haul. So I have some beautiful items from brands I love, like Burberry and Senreve and Saint Laurent and some others. I am so excited about this haul. And I was thinking about it, and well, there were two things that brought me to doing this haul. One, I love talking about luxury things here on my channel, and I feel like I'm really good at unboxing when I get a new handbag, but it's when I get new accessories or smaller things that I look at the one thing and I'm like, no one's really going to care if I unbox this one thing. So I kind of put it off and then I just don't do it. And then the other side of it is I wanted to use it as an opportunity to talk about something that I've really grown to love over the last year, and that is luxury consignment shopping. So I have 5 items here and they've all been purchased pre-love. I got one off The RealReal, one off Fashionphile, one off Poshmark, and one off of a local consignment boutique near my home. So I thought it'd be really fun to walk you through the 5 items I picked up, tell you the story behind it, and then if you want to see any of these items in action, let me know. I have worn some of them, so I will put that up there. But the other thing I was sort of thinking about before I dive in, I don't know if anyone else ever feels this way. When I picture a haul, I picture like going to a store, ordering from one website, and picking like 5 things. And I was like, I'm not really a hauler. But then I realized that I probably buy enough things to merit a haul. However, I buy like one thing here and there over the course of a month or two. And so if you put it all together, it's a haul, which is what I'm doing today. But it just doesn't feel like a haul in the moment. It just feels like one curated item. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. Really quickly, if you like my makeup look today, this is from a video that I posted earlier this week, which is makeup that looks beautiful in person. I'm not exactly sure what I titled it, but it's makeup that looks beautiful in person, makeup that looks beautiful for every day. And so this is just a really soft, pretty, glowing look. So I think what we're going to do is start off with the item that I've wanted for years. So I ordered it from The RealReal, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it. But it is my very first Burberry scarf. This is in the oversized check pattern in that classic camel tan. Oh, I'm so obsessed. I'm going to put a picture of me up here wearing it, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I picked this scarf. So I have wanted a Burberry scarf for a very long time. Probably since I was in university, when I was gifted my first checker scarf. That I'm not saying that it was like trying to make itself off as a Burberry dupe, but as I look back at that scarf, like, it's basically a Burberry dupe. And I was obviously very appreciative of the gift, but I looked at it and I'm like, I just wish this was the real thing. And if you are new to my channel or newer to my channel, I hope as you get to know me, you know that I love having the real thing. I love the authenticity of it. I love the brand. I love the brand story. And so and also I'll say that when I'm looking, and you're going to see this throughout this haul and my style in general, when I look at a brand, I generally, for like a luxury brand, I want the most classic item that brand has to offer. Some may call me basic. I prefer to say that I have a very classic style. So I've wanted these for fall, this for fall for a very long time. I'm just going to fold that up. I was considering actually buying it this fall at Saks. It retails for $600 Canadian. However, I saw a number of them on The RealReal. Now on The RealReal, I noticed that there were some that were described as wool, some that were described as 100% cashmere, and some that were described as lamb's wool. So I had basically decided that I wanted the classic tan color, although now that I have it, I also want to get it in the very light cream, maybe next year. But I decided that I wanted the tan color, and I thought I wanted the smaller check, but I noticed that a lot of the smaller check ones that they had on the Burberry were vintage, and they weren't in what I would say like really good condition. It's not that they were in bad condition, but they weren't in great condition. And part two to that is I thought about me and sort of my proportions and my style, and I didn't think the tiny check would be as flattering on me. And so I sort of felt like I was taking a little bit of a risk in getting the larger check, but seeing how it looks on, like, no regrets. It is so perfect. I am so in love. So this particular scarf is 100% cashmere. And that was one of the qualities that I was looking for when I was picking my Burberry scarf. The one thing I didn't realize about Burberry is that their classic sort of plaid that we all know and love has been done in so many iterations that you can kind of tell it's Burberry, but like you can't really, I don't know. There's just so many different ones that I didn't feel like I had to go for the tiny check, which is what I originally associated with the brand. So what's nice about the Real Real as a Canadian is they do automatically put the prices in Canadian dollars for you. So it definitely makes it easy to know how much you're going to spend, but it can make it harder to compare to other sites. So it was listed at 424 Canadian dollars, which is already a pretty good savings off the 600 Canadian dollars that you would pay in store. However, I basically got away with theft on this one. So I do partnerships with the Real Real on Instagram and other things, and in exchange for that, upon occasion, I get some site credit. So I was sitting on about $150 US of site credit. So that worked out to 100. I have the numbers on my computer down here. That worked out to 196 in site credit. Then I had a $25 US gift card, so that was about $32. On top of that, they had a 20% off promotion with code REAL, so that saved me $84. Shipping was $40. So all in all, including shipping, I paid 150 Canadian dollars for my Burberry scarf, which I am just over the moon about. And then I did have to pay duties on it when it came to Canada, and the duties that I paid were $45. So I paid $195 for my very first Burberry scarf that would otherwise be $600 in the boutique. So even if you didn't have the store credit or the gift card, just that price plus the 20% off, amazing. So I'm over the moon about this scarf. I definitely want to get another one. I will say I have been wearing this scarf a bit because I've wanted it for so long. It is not a scarf that is going to keep you super warm. So if I need to go out and stay warm, I'm going to take my blanket scarves with me. But it is super cute, super fashionable. Love it for fall, spring. And the other thing I want to say is that this is actually identified as a men's scarf. And so I did some research because I was like, does it matter? And I know, okay, this is literally a rectangular fabric. It doesn't have a gender. But I wanted to do a little bit of research on it. And so the men's scarves are thicker, which is great. So that's how thick this one is. I wanted a thick scarf to keep me warm. I live in Canada. And the other thing is the men's scarves are longer. So we're going to get into the boutique purchase I made at a consignment store. But I went to that consignment store month or so ago, and they had a pink Burberry scarf that I thought maybe this would be my Burberry scarf. But I tried it on and I couldn't get over how short it was. And that's because it was a women's scarf. But because this is a men's scarf, this is the really long one. So one thing I did when I looked at all the Burberry scarves on the Real Real is I checked the length. And the reason I chose this one is it was the longest, best condition men's 100% cashmere scarf. So I knew this was the one, and I'm over the moon about it. And so ladies, if you like a bigger, sort of chunkier scarf, or maybe you live in Canada and you get cold, do not hesitate to buy a men's scarf. It doesn't have a gender. It is literally just a bigger rectangle of fabric. And I found the women's scarves, they were a lot thinner. At least the one I tried in the boutique was thinner and shorter. And so I was trying to convince myself that I loved it because I'd wanted a Burberry scarf for so long. And then I was like, you know what, no, Alana, you don't actually love it. You didn't want a pink one, although now that I have the original, or the original colorway, I'd like to get the cream, and then I wouldn't say no to the pink. But what I've really determined is I like that men's thickness and the men's length. So I would definitely repeat the length and the bigger piece to it. Just so you know, this was listed as the Burberry Giant Check Cashmere Scarf. For men, its length was 62.5 inches and 12 inches wide, 100% cashmere. It's listed as good condition, moderate mark on the fabric, faint wear throughout. I think it's in fabulous condition. So I'm so excited. I've wanted a Burberry scarf for so long, and that is the story behind this one. Okay, so one more scarf. I did get this one at the consignment boutique near my house. It's called Second Nature. Love them. They're great. And I was in the store, it must have been in December. It was before Christmas, and it was before the second lockdown. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw this 100% cashmere scarf. And look at this. If you're Canadian, you know this is the HBC Classic Stripe. Now, I have an HBC blanket like this, waiting for when I buy a house, hopefully later this year. But it still had the tag on it. So I checked online and I couldn't find this exact scarf. But, I mean, one, a style like this in Canada is going to be so timeless because these stripes are never going out of style. But an HBC stripe cashmere scarf in gray was listed at $210. And I paid less than $100. I don't remember exactly what I paid. I want to say it was under $100. It was like probably like $75, give or take. And just, again, beautiful condition, still has the tags on it. I think this is so, so cute. And yeah, so I was not, oh yeah, the tag's off of it, okay. And it was made in Scotland, just like my Burberry scarf. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. It has just all of those classic details. And I actually haven't worn this because a scarf like this isn't like a blanket scarf that I would use to actually keep warm. This is a little bit more of a fashion piece with the added benefit of keeping you a little bit warmer. And this is the kind of scarf I would wear with a wool coat. I have a green wool coat actually that I want to wear this with, that I would wear down to work. So this might have to wait for next winter for when I'm going into the office. But at that price, I couldn't pass up a cashmere scarf from the Bay in that classic print with the with the tag still on it. So, okay, now next up, we have an item that I still can't believe I bought. And I haven't taken it out of the house yet. But it is from Fashionphile. So it came just wrapped up in an old dust bag like this. So let's look at that. This is the Saint Laurent Grain de Poudre Métallisé Chevron small monogram envelope wallet in black. Basically, this is a YSL black envelope wallet. It's a perfect match for my YSL wallet on chain, although obviously this won't fit inside of it. So I'm going to take you through it. So we've got black chevron, gold hardware. Open it up. You have the embossment made in Paris. And when you open up on the inside, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 card holders on the inside, and then a nice big empty space where you can put cards or bills or whatever. And then in the back here, we have a little pocket, which love it. So in Canada, this retails for $565, and I purchased it listed as good condition on Fashion $230 US. So it's about 293 Canadian. So this was a 2018 wallet, and a few of the notes that Fashionphile gave it were on the exterior. It had corner wear, faded areas, edge wear, marks, some scratches on the hardware, some plating wear, and just marks on the interior. So for me, I don't get too worried about marks on the hardware if it is a piece I'm actually going to be using because either I paid for it new and then I messed up the hardware, or somebody else paid for it new, messed up the hardware, and then passed on the difference to me. Now, in terms of edge wear, there was some slight edge wear, although, again, nothing that I don't think would have happened if I hadn't purchased it myself, taken reasonably good care of it, and then through the process of owning a luxury piece that I actually use, got some edge wear on it. In terms of the faded areas and corner wear, again, nothing I found particularly concerning. The only thing that bothers me is there's a little tiny mark here, and it's really just a little something has got kind of caught in the pebbled on the leather. So I do have a leather wipe and a leather cleaner. I'm going to work through to try to clean that up. I have already tried, but honestly, not a hill I'm going to die on. This is a piece that I've had my eye on for a while. I've wanted to get a small wallet. I have a larger wallet from YSL, but I don't have a compact wallet. So I'm happy to get a full leather piece. I love YSL, one of my favorite brands, and I just think this one is super cute. It's like a little edgy, it's a little fun. Now, if you guys are familiar with my channel, you'll know that on my wish list for this year, I did say that I wanted a YSL card holder. And so I do still want a YSL card holder. However, I wouldn't be upset if I pushed that purchase back another year, only because I really feel like this kind of scratches the itch of having a black and gold YSL small leather good. That being said, I wouldn't be opposed to getting the card holder. I do want to get a card holder, probably closer to returning to work because I want to use it for business cards. But for me, this definitely scratches the itch. And it was actually cheaper than the card holder would have been full price in Canada. So again, on duties on this, I paid about $40 or $50. It was nothing terrible. I was very okay with that duties. It wasn't like an uncomfortably large bill, which I've had before. So again, I'm very, very happy with my Fashionphile purchase. I'm a happy camper. Okay, and our last two items are from Poshmark. So I'm kind of new to Poshmark. One second, tea break. Mug of the day is from Starbucks. I picked up at Starbucks in my grocery store, and I have David's Tea Buddha Blend in there. Also, let me know if you guys would be interested in a video that's just like a tour of my mug collection. Okay. I always like to have a tea mug when I'm doing longer talking videos because you need it. Okay. So I'm newer to Poshmark. I was introduced to it, I think, by my friend Brianna. My first order from Poshmark, I did get a Senreve bracelet pouch. I'm going to leave that linked down below that video. And I'm very happy with it. I found the bracelet pouch, it's something that I would probably use a little bit more as an evening bag. But I'm going to explain how I came to want these, and then I'm going to show you what they are. Okay, in my 2021 wish list, you'll see that I include the Senreve Voya tote. Now, unfortunately, that's being discontinued, and I've decided not to pick that bag up right now because the only reason I want a work tote is for going back to work. And I'm not back at, like, I'm working, I'm just not working outside of my home right now. So why would I spend a whole bunch of money getting a work tote bag if I'm not using it? So that's the reason why I didn't buy the tote bag for their Boxing Day, like New Year sales. But what really killed me is that Senreve had these beautiful gift with purchases, and they were these absolutely adorable little pouches that I wanted. And if you spent like $700, I think it was, it's either $500 or $700, you got this. So it basically worked out that I could have had one of these for free if I purchased the $1,000 tote bag that I wanted. And thankfully, logic in my brain won out, and logic said, Alana, don't buy a tote bag if you're not going to work, because you don't actually like tote bags. They're just useful to you. I was like, true. That is true. So I didn't purchase it. But what I immediately started doing was stalking Poshmark, because I figured somebody is going to buy a Senreve bag and either not care about these or want to sell them to recuperate some of the costs that they put towards the bag. And I was correct, because I am always right, because I know everything. And so I saw somebody list this for $200 Canadian. And what I wanted to just say to them was, hi. Yes, this is considered a $250 value from Senreve. However, you know it was a gift with purchase. I know it was a gift with purchase. Now these are available for purchase on Senreve's website, so I will leave the link down below. Or check your Poshmark, you never know what you might find. I'm like, but this is a gift with purchase, and you got it as a gift with purchase, and now you're trying to sell it to me for $200. Like, absolutely not. I'm not saying that this item doesn't have value. Of course it has value. I'm about to tell you what I paid for it. But let's not pretend it's worth $200. So I liked the item, because what I've learned with Poshmark is if you like an item and just don't buy it, give it a couple days, more often than not, they're going to offer you cheaper shipping, or the person's going to offer you a discount or whatever. So I liked it. I waited. They made an offer to me. I think they offered it to me at like $185, and I was like $15 off. No, thank you. So I came back, and I think I offered them like $150, and they said no. And I was like, okay. I'm like, I want this. I don't want this that badly. And I just knew that if I waited, that, or I didn't know, like I figured if I waited that somebody else would list it. And so the two colorways I wanted it in were this and the brown. And so I waited, and I creeped every other day or two until somebody listed this. So they listed it at $150, and I liked it, and then I got offered like a promo. So I made an offer, and I offered $130, and they accepted right away. But then I realized that the person I was buying it off of lived near me and has watched my videos before. So I sent her an Insta DM, and I said, hey, how about I save the ship. How about you cancel this order? I save the shipping, you save the fees. I will buy this one from you that I already intended to buy. And I will buy this one for $130 each. I can meet up with you tomorrow. And she was like, yes, please. So she canceled my order. I met up with her in a safe and distant way at a local Shoppers Drug Mart. And I got both of these. So the reason I wanted both of them was, just really quick, you guys remember this Pelen bag that I got for my parents for Christmas? I thought that detail on it would be a perfect match, and it is. So I bought the white one to go in my Pelen bag, and then I bought the brown one because I thought it was going to be such a great match for a Monogram Louis Vuitton bag. And a lot of you guys know that I've been saving up, and I have some gift cards on hand and things like that. And so I am going to be purchasing a bag I've wanted for a very long time, the Louis Vuitton Speedy 25 Bandolier in Monogram. The minute that I can go into the store in Toronto, because if I'm spending that kind of money on a bag, you betcha that I want to go in the store. I want to take a picture of me trying it on. I want to like vlog. I want the whole experience, okay? I'm paying $2,000. Online ordering is not going to cut it. And so yeah, I got each of these for $130. So I'll take a quick walk through. First of all, tags still on. So you have this little like pouch here. I'm going to describe to you how I'd like to use it after. And then when you open it up, there's like more tags, remove that, remove that. You open it up, there's a little slot for your cards. You've got sort of a micro suede liner and then the Senreve logo. And I thought this would be just such a great catch-all, keep-all in my purse. I thought it'd be a great place to keep like little bits of makeup or receipts, just to keep my bag organized. And I love the feeling of having beautiful small leather goods. I also thought that this could maybe kind of use the spot that Ipsy bags are using for me right now. I thought maybe I could upgrade. But both of these have pebbled leather, and they're just beautiful. It was also available in a red and then like an icy blue, but I'm a neutral girl through and through. So I also think that this colorway is a perfect match for Damier Azur from Louis Vuitton. So if I ever got a larger Damier Azur bag, I think this could be a great catch-all, because I probably won't ever go the never full route. However, again, never say never to the never full. Never say never full. Never say never. Anyways, I'm over the moon to have these. These, again, are listed at $250 on Senreve's website. And I basically paid that for both of them. So, again, very, very happy. I was telling one of my friends that the way I'd like to use this would be, like, if I was, like, a suburban mom and I had, like, a never full that, like, just sat on the passenger seat in my car. And this just had, like, my cards and wallets in it. And I was just, like, popping out to the grocery store. I was like, oh, I can't be bothered to carry my purse. I'm just going to take this. And then I would just, like, pop into the store, like, the gas station with just this little super casual, whatever, little pouch. I don't know. I just think they're really cute and casual. And yeah. And then the seller also included a dust bag for each. So one of them is gray, and then the other is cream. So anyways, that is my haul. And again, my biggest tip if you are buying off Poshmark is, one, there's nothing on, like, it's one thing if you have an item you've been desperately waiting for forever, then, like, sure, buy it right away. But if you like an item and then you wait, odds are the seller's going to offer you cheaper shipping. They're going to offer you a discount. Like, feel free to negotiate and haggle a little bit. Like, save some money. And then two, if you can figure out if the seller is located close to you and you're comfortable doing so, I think there's no harm in suggesting meeting up in person. Personally, I wouldn't do that on ultra high-end items. I'm not comfortable enough with Poshmark at this time to buy, like, a handbag off of them. But for these, I'm like, no one's making fake Senreve gift with purchase pouches. Okay? I felt like it was very low odds of this being a fake. And also, I trust the person I was buying from because we've interacted before. But I would say that if you are looking at a purse, don't save the seller money by not having it inspected, because if your item's over $700, Poshmark will authenticate the item for you. So, anyways, that is my pre-loved luxury goods haul featuring items from Senreve, Burberry, YSL, and the Bay, and then purchasing from Fashionphile, The Real, Poshmark, and a local consignment boutique. Anyways, I'm thrilled with all of these items. I'm also really glad I decided to do this kind of as a haul altogether. Love your thoughts on any of these items. If you want to see reviews, you want to see them in use. But I'm so excited to have them. Definitely that Burberry scarf is something I've wanted for a very, very long time. And when I texted my friend about it, she's like, oh, you got your scarf. And I was like, I got my scarf. So the problem is now I also want it in cream. But anyways, I'm going to leave some links down below. I hope you guys found this video fun. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah.